Hello and welcome to the News by Standards. Tennis at Wimbledon is very often a reminder of the sport's genteel past, the players in white outfits and strawberries and cream for the spectators. Yet there have always been bad boys, but their misdemeanors pale in comparison with that of one of the finalists in 1879. Let me introduce you to Vere Thomas St Leger Gold, the second son of an Irish baron. A very talented tennis player with reportedly a killer backhand, he made it to the 1879 final where he was defeated by the Reverend John Thornycroft Hartley. Gold was expected to win, but too much alcohol the night before, historians say, put pay to his hopes. After that, his life was downhill all the way. He was a gambler, a heavy drinker and an opium user. In 1891, he married a twice widowed French woman, Madame Marie Gelaudin, who also had her own addiction issues. The couple, who introduced themselves as Sir and Lady, eventually moved to the south of France, spending plenty of time in Monte Carlo's casinos. While the Golds lost all their money at the roulette tables, they thought they had found a meal ticket in Danish widow Emma Levin in 1907. She lent the couple £40, a huge amount at that time, which they lost. There was a huge public fight with another of Mrs. Levin's hangers on, a Madame Castellazzi, seeking the return of the money. Embarrassed by the scandal, the Danish widow decided to leave Monte Carlo, but called in on the Golds before her departure. There seems to have been a fight because when the police arrived at the Golds' home, looking for the missing Emma Levin, who had been reported missing by Madame Castellazzi, they found blood stains on the wall, ceiling and furniture. They also found a dagger and butcher's knife covered in bloodstains. In the meantime, the couple had left for Marseille, leaving a large suitcase and a handbag at the station with instructions that they were to be forwarded to London. But a porter noticed the putrid stench and what looked like blood oozing from the suitcase. Unconvinced by the Gold story that the case contained dead chickens, the police were called and found the severed remains of Miss Levane. Vere Thomas St Leger Gold would soon exchange the tennis courts for the courts of law. He and his wife stood trial for the murder of Miss Levane. It was a prosecution case that Miss Gold had instigated the crime like a Lady Macbeth figure, and that he was easily manipulated as a contemptuous pity and a drink and debauched creature. Both were found guilty and justice served. She was sentenced to death by guillotine, but because there was no one available to carry out the sentence in Monaco, it was commuted to life in prison. She died of typhoid fever in prison in 1914. She was sentenced to life in prison on the notorious Devil's Island in French Guiana. He struggled there with frequent nightmares, suffering from withdrawal symptoms of both alcohol and opium. He died by suicide in 1909 at the age of 55. His story reminds us that while tennis may have its current bad boys, that even at the time when the sport was associated with gentlemen, it also had its very bad boys.